Want to turn now to Los Angeles, where exhausted firefighters are making progress against a wildfire that torched more than 10,000 acres. The Hughes Fire is more than 30% contained, but about 54,000 people are still under evacuation warnings. CBN's Operation Blessing is setting up to provide long-term assistance as the disaster continues. Our Petite has this report.
Smoke plumes as reignited fires burn through thousands of acres, showing that the threat is far from over here.
This has been the worst fire that I've ever experienced in my career, and also the worst fire in the history of Los Angeles County Fire Department.
Operation Blessing has been here for 2 weeks now, feeding families, delivering supplies, packing cleanup kits, and supporting firefighters.
There's just so much devastation all around that we are just trying to come alongside and help any way that we see possible.
That includes bringing in partners like Bel Air Church to take next steps in disaster relief. Drew Sams is the senior pastor.
People have lost schools, they've lost church buildings. I know of one church in the area, the sanctuary burned down, and over 50 homes in the congregation were lost.
This large parking lot across the street from Bel Air Church is often used by Hollywood film crews as a staging area when they're shooting movies here in the Santa Monica Mountains. But now it's going to be used by Operation Blessing as a citywide distribution center.
That's going to be our main kind of base of operations. And from there, we'll be doing distributions in these hard-hit areas.
Pastor Sam says he's seen a surge in church attendance since the wildfires began. He calls it revival through disaster.
Well, I've seen here that people who come, let's say, just for Christmas or Easter are now coming every week.
Pastor Steve Wilburn, also an LA police chaplain, is seeing the same thing.
We're seeing people come into the church, and we're seeing hurting people. You know, it's been said in times past, you know, if you're going to speak to hurting people, you're never going to run out of people to speak to. But we're seeing people make commitments to Christ is what we're seeing.
Steve calls these wildfires the great leveler, pushing families of all backgrounds and statuses to the brink. Operation Blessing plans to be here to help them as long as it takes. In Los Angeles, Petite, CBN News.
Operation Blessing there for the long haul, helping to bring revival in disaster. Andrew?
Amen. Thank you, Ephraim. And Paul, thank you for your reporting these last few weeks. As mentioned, Operation Blessing has been on the ground for a couple of weeks now, and the concern I think a lot of people have is it gets out of the news cycle, what's going on out there, because people move on to other things, but it's really just getting started. Fires are still burning, relief efforts underway, and Operation Blessing is the hands and feet of Jesus in times like these, working with churches. The Lord wants to do mighty things, and as you heard, church attendance is up. Isn't that wonderful? God is bringing hope to people. Operation Blessing is working with local churches, and it's not too late for you to help. We are just getting started in the Los Angeles area. You can become a 700 Club member, and part of your gift will support Operation Blessing, bringing hope to people in need, hugs to people in need, water, relief supplies. When you join the 700 Club, you make all these things possible, bringing the love of Christ to people in need. 1-800-700-7000. You can call to join the 700 Club. You can go to cbn.com. You can text CBN to 71777. You can scan that QR code, and you will simply join the 700 Club. That's $20.